Imagine if your boss, who is super rich, asked you to pretend to be his girlfriend. Sounds strange, right? Well, this is exactly what happened with a millionaire named Mr. Thompson and his kind, hardworking secretary, Sarah. And trust me, what started as a silly idea soon turned into an adventure full of surprises and a few twists you won't believe. Stay with me because this story is really wild. Let's start at the beginning. Mr. Thompson was a famous millionaire who owned a huge company. His office was in a big building with shiny glass windows, and every day, lots of people came to work there. Among them was Sarah, his secretary. Sarah was smart, friendly, and always helped Mr. Thompson keep his busy schedule in order. She was the kind of person who made work feel like a fun place, even on busy days. Now you might wonder, why would a rich man ask his secretary to act like his girlfriend? Well, Mr. Thompson had a big idea to make his company look even better. In the world of business, how people look and seem to be happy can actually help a business grow. It is a bit like when a team wears matching uniforms. It makes everyone feel united and strong. Mr. Thompson wanted his company to have that warm, happy image, and he thought a fake relationship might do just that. One sunny morning, Mr. Thompson called Sarah into his big office. Imagine a room with a big desk, a comfortable chair, and a view of the busy city below. Mr. Thompson sat behind his desk and looked a little nervous. He said, "Sarah, I have an unusual favor to ask from you today." Sarah, always polite and curious, replied, "Sure, Mr. Thompson. What do you need?" Mr. Thompson took a deep breath and said, "I want you to act like my girlfriend for a little while." At first, Sarah was surprised. She thought, "Act like your girlfriend? But I am your secretary." But then Mr. Thompson explained. He said, "This is just for a short time. I want to show everyone that I am in a happy, loving relationship. It will make our company look even friendlier and more trustworthy." Sarah thought about it. In her mind, it was almost like playing a fun role in a play. She remembered times at school when classmates would pretend to be secret superheroes or pretend to have a picnic. Although it was strange coming from her boss, Sarah agreed. "Okay, Mr. Thompson, I'll do it," she said with a small laugh. So a plan was set in motion, a plan that was about to turn the everyday office into a stage for one very unusual romance. At first, everything went smoothly. Mr. Thompson and Sarah attended meetings, lunch outings, and even small parties together. They walked side by side through the city, smiling and greeting people, and nobody suspected that their relationship was not real. At these events, people started chatting. "Wow, look at you two. You seem so happy together," friends and colleagues said excitedly. And Mr. Thompson's plan was working. The pictures from these outings spread on social media and in magazines. It was like a magic trick where a little pretend love made everyone think that the millionaire's life was full of warmth and care. But here's something interesting. As time passed, the pretend began to feel a bit real. Sarah saw Mr. Thompson's softer side, a side that cared deeply about his workers and his community. And Mr. Thompson, who had been known for being serious and focused only on numbers and big deals, started laughing more and even showed concern when his staff had problems. It reminds me of when you play a game and suddenly you start caring about the characters, even though you know it's just pretend. In our story, the roles of girlfriend and boss became a little blurry. Their friendship grew stronger, and even though no one said it out loud, both started wondering if maybe a little bit of real feeling was sneaking into their act. Then, one day, at a very important company party, everything took a wild turn. It was a fancy evening with music, dancing, and flashing cameras. Everyone was happy to see Mr. Thompson and Sarah together. But as the evening went on, a famous reporter asked a very bold question. The reporter stepped forward and said, "Are you two really a couple, or is all of this just a clever show?" The room grew quiet, and Mr. Thompson felt a sudden rush of panic. For a moment, the fake had to face the real world of questions. With a shaky voice, Mr. Thompson answered, "We are, well, we are happy together." There was a strange pause. Sarah looked at him, and in that blink, you could see a spark of truth in her eyes. The audience, the staff, and even the camera caught that moment. After the event, rumors started spreading like wildfire. Some people believed that maybe the fake romance had turned into something real after all. Others thought that Mr. Thompson had planned this all along as a smart business trick. Even Sarah's colleagues at work were whispering, "Did you see how they looked at each other?" It was a mix of confusion, excitement, and a little bit of gossip. And here's something funny. Later that night, one of the office workers said, "It's like watching a TV show where the actors suddenly start to forget they are acting." Yes, it was almost like life was playing its own funny movie, mixing truth with pretend in ways that nobody could ever plan. Now let's talk a little bit about why Mr. Thompson really thought this would work. In the busy world of business, how you look to the public can be very important. Mr. Thompson believed that if his company looked warm and friendly, more people would trust him and want to work with his business. Imagine you have a lemonade stand. If you smile and act happy, people will stop by and buy your drink because it feels like a fun, cheerful place. That's the idea Mr. Thompson had, but on a much bigger scale. He wanted to show that behind the big numbers and serious deals, there was a heart, a proof of love and care, even if it was a little bit made up at first. This idea, however, was not as simple as it looked in the beginning. In business, every move is like a step in a carefully written play. The idea of a fake girlfriend sometimes happens as a way to make people think more favorably about you, like putting a bright smile on a store window. It was clever, but sometimes even clever plans lead to unexpected moments. For example, just as scientists sometimes use a test to see if a new tool works, Mr. Thompson was testing how far he could go with this idea. He wanted to see if his business would really grow when people saw him as a happy man. And guess what? For a short time, it did work. Customers seemed happier, and employees felt like they were part of something exciting. But as we'll see next, the more you pretend, the harder it is to keep the truth hidden. As the days turned into weeks, something unexpected happened. Sarah, who was only pretending to be Mr. Thompson's girlfriend, began to feel that maybe there was more to their time together than just a simple act. Every day when they talked, every smile they shared, made her wonder if the friend she was making might become something very real. Do you know a time when you pretended something for fun and it started feeling genuine? Like when you play make-believe with your friends and suddenly feel really connected with them? That was how Sarah felt. And Mr. Thompson, who always kept his serious face on, began to show little signs of care that went beyond the business plan. He started remembering the small things, like how Sarah liked her coffee with too much sugar, or how her laugh made the whole room feel bright. These little details became the glue of a surprising bond. Even though the plan was made for business reasons, it slowly began to grow into something sweet and real. It was a tiny shift, a little as when a seed slowly grows into a big tree, and even though both of them tried to keep it all pretend, The feelings couldn't hide forever. The world around them, full of chatter and curious eyes, added even more mix-ups to the story. Now here comes the most exciting part of the story. One busy day, during an important meeting with a group of powerful investors and important people, everyone's eyes were still on Mr. Thompson and Sarah. In the middle of the meeting, one investor leaned over to a friend and whispered loudly, "Do you think they are really together? It looks like there is more than just a plan here." It didn't take long for the whisper to turn into a big question. Suddenly, all the cameras and reporters in the room were ready to find out the truth. The tension was high. Mr. Thompson could feel the pressure as he realized that his clever idea might get out of hand. He looked at Sarah, who also seemed a little nervous now. In that moment, the plan that started as just a business trick became a test of true feelings. Everyone in the room felt as if they were watching a live TV drama. You could almost hear the clocks ticking and feel the heavy silence before a surprising confession. And then something amazing happened. Mr. Thompson looked around, took a deep breath, and said, "Yes, we started by pretending, but sometimes pretend can turn into something very real. We have learned that even small acts of care can change lives." There was a beat of silence before the room broke into gentle applause. Not everyone knew exactly what to think, but deep inside, people believed that true kindness and care can make even a strange plan feel just right. This was the turning point that made everyone question, is it ever wrong to start with a lie if it helps people see the beauty of life? It was almost as if the day itself was teaching a lesson, that sometimes the best things in life grow from the seeds of even a silly idea. After that big day, the whole company felt different. For a while, everyone talked about what had happened, just like how you'd talk about the best part of a fun movie with your friends. Mr. Thompson soon realized that his plan, although started for business, had changed him. He became more kind, honest, and caring with everyone around him. Sarah too learned a lesson. She discovered that sometimes when you help someone in a pretend game, it can teach you a lot about real life. Even if you start by pretending, it does not mean your true feelings are not important. From that moment on, Sarah and Mr. Thompson became not only business partners, but real friends who understood the value of warmth and honesty. And here's a small, friendly tip. In life, sometimes big ideas and even weird plans can help people see the best in each other. Just like when you share your favorite toy with a friend, even if it seems small, it often makes both of you very happy. And that is a message that fits everyone, rich or not, young or old. Of course, no crazy story is complete without a few funny moments along the way. There were times when the whole plan made everyone in the office laugh. One day while Mr. Thompson was chatting with a very important guest, his phone started ringing with a silly ringtone that Sarah had secretly set up. The ringtone went, "nah, nah, nah," over and over. And even though Mr. Thompson tried to be serious, he couldn't stop laughing. Or the time when Sarah, in a rush to get a coffee, accidentally spilled her drink right before a big meeting. Instead of being upset, she and Mr. Thompson laughed together and turned it into a fun story. These little moments showed that sometimes, even in a plan that seems too big or too serious, humor can help us handle surprises. I like to think about it like this. Every time you smile at a funny moment, even if things look a bit messy, it reminds you that life is full of unexpected twists. And in our story, laughter played an important role in turning a wild idea into a shared memory and lesson for everyone. Now you might wonder, why did Mr. Thompson choose to mix business with his personal life like that? It might sound a little tricky, But here is a simple way to understand it. Think about when you show your best drawing to your teacher. You want your drawing to be the best because it shows something amazing about you. In business, people also want to see the best version of a company, not just in numbers, but in the hearts of the people who run it. Mr. Thompson's idea was like a spark that lit a little fire. It made everyone believe that a company was not only about money and work, but also about caring for each other. And sometimes when you add a little bit of heart to what you do, it makes everything brighter. This mix of business with personal care was risky, but in this story, it brought out the best in everyone. As days went by, the true magic of this story shone through. Both Mr. Thompson and Sarah felt that their pretend story had given them a chance to show who they really were. It wasn't just about impressing others, but about finding a little bit of love and kindness that they had been missing. Sarah learned that even if you start by doing something just for a short time, your heart can grow to know the importance of caring for someone. And Mr. Thompson learned that making people smile and feel happy was more important than just having a perfect business image. It is like when you plant a seed in the garden. The seed begins as something small and pretend, but if you take care of it, it grows into something real and beautiful. This part of the story teaches us that even the craziest plans can lead to lessons about true friendship, care, and the power of being kind to each other. In our everyday life, it is these small acts that light up our hearts and bring us closer together. So what have we learned from this wild adventure? Sometimes the craziest ideas can bring out the best in people, even if they start as pretend. Mr. Thompson's plan was meant to be a business trick, but it soon became a story of friendship, care, and a little bit of real magic. This story reminds us that life is full of surprises. It shows that even when things seem made up or silly at first, there is always a chance for something real to grow. And just like in any great story, there are twists, laughs, and lessons along the way. If you enjoyed hearing about how a millionaire's odd idea turned into an unforgettable journey, please give this video a big thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you can hear more amazing stories like this one. Check out the video on your end screen for another cool story that will make you smile and think about what is truly important in life. Thank you for watching, and remember, sometimes even pretend stories can lead us to real, kind hearts. Bye for now.